Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Pawnee, Illinois, Pawnee High School, as it is the game of the week here for the Illinois 8-Man Football Association. I'm Dwayne Hulett, Aaron Christian on camera today as we were here for a pair of 2-0 schools. According to the NUIC football poll, they are the number 7 and 8 ranked teams in the state of Illinois in I8FA. It's the Pawnee Indians in red and South Fork Ponies in white, as the Indians run right through the huddle and pregame workout of the Ponies, and the coaching staff for the Ponies, I think, less than impressed with that. But we're setting things up to go for a pair of good football teams here, and I think, as I said, not only is it the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Game of the Week, I think that most people would say it's the game of the week in the state of Illinois in 8-man football. A pair of undefeated teams come in today. It's Pawnee, as I said, in the red, South Fork in the white this afternoon, as we get ready to go for kickoff here this afternoon from Pawnee, Illinois. Milledgeville playing right now as well against Orangeville in a battle of a couple old NUIC schools. And Pawnee got an unsportsmanlike penalty to kick things off to start the day. So the kickoff will come 15 yards different against Pawnee, and for running through the huddle of the South Fork Ponies. Something you don't see very often, starting things off in that respect. We were setting up. I didn't see who was going to get the kickoff, but either South Fork will kick off 15 yards ahead, or they will receive the ball 15 yards ahead of normal. South Fork bringing their own flag out on the field and waving it kind of at the Pawnee crowd. No love lost between these two teams as we get ready to start things off. It could be a good one here this afternoon. Expected to be a close game throughout. We'll see how that works out. Once again, thanks for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We hope that you enjoy the broadcast this afternoon. All the folks watching from across the state. Live chat is open. I can't see it super well, but hop in there. Tell us where you're watching from and who you are cheering for. We love to talk to the fans in the live chat, so hop in there. Let us know where you're watching from. Hopefully we get some people from all over the state of Illinois watching what should be a very good football contest this afternoon here at Pawnee High School. TSSR Game Time Live will be the home of the vast majority of... They're trying to fix it. Yeah. Everybody's concerned about some feedback they're getting here. And it is a 15-yard walk-off on the kickoff. So South Fork will receive the ball, I'm guessing around a 30, maybe the 35, depending on what type of kick they have here because of the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. If you weren't watching right at the start of the broadcast, when Pawnee came out, they came out on the end of the field that South Fork was working on pregame and ran right through the huddle. Here we go, getting ready to kick things off from Pawnee High School. Game of the week on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We're ready to go. And a whistle, I think, was saying they were ready, but I'm not real positive. But we keep going. Nice return, hesitation on the return is going to be number 5, Brody Lush. He gets across the 50. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 47-yard line, maybe the 48. We'll see where they actually mark it. The far side official's marking it or the near side official. They're going to mark it at the 47. It'll be 1st and 10. South Fork at the 47-yard line, plus territory to start things off thanks to that unsportsmanlike penalty. Two tight ends and an I formation backfield. Now they're going to move it back to the 48, almost the 49. Probably technically the 49, but they're going to run the same play. Here we go. Handoff goes left side, breaking a tackle, getting about 3 or 4 yards. On the carry, number 14, Ian Dial. He's going to go for a gain of 4. It'd be second down and a long 6. So right back to that I formation. Going to see a lot of that out of South Fork today. The quarterback, number 2, Jared Tracy. Hands off again and breaks a tackle, bounces outside. That's Lush this time. Brody Lush on the carry. Well, they said Lush. I thought number 5 had the ball. I think it was number 5. I'm giving it to 5. Going to be a gain of 7, 1st and 10. And the handoff's going to go to Lush. No, excuse me, that's Dial. And a flag coming in late. Dial goes for no gain. See what the penalty is. It did come late, right as or after the whistle, actually, so we'll see what they call here. Personal foul. Offsetting personal foul penalties. Not sure who they were on, but it was after the play. They call them offsetting, and it'll be second down. Actually, it'll be a first down again. So the play is not counted, so no carry on the play, and we'll wind the clock. 10-10 to go here in quarter number 1. Lush still the deep back. Or Dial's the deep back. Lush went in motion and then threw in a hurry and making a big-time play for the Indians. Unblocked. Can't see the number. Still waiting for him to turn around here. Number 5. I can't see if it was number 9, Carson Wart, a linebacker. It was number 9, Carson Ward, a loss on the play of 8. And they're going to have some wideouts this time. 2 to the far side, tight end near side. Still 2 setbacks. Snap was high. Lush has it. He's not going to get much if he gets anything. Great penetrating defense. That was number 7, Eric Bettis, back there first. Lush had to carry, gain of 1. He's got 8 yards on 2 carries. The quarterback is Jared Tracy. He was sacked a few plays ago for a loss of 8. It's third down and about 17 now. They've got it 16. That's probably pretty close as well. It's in between 16 and 17. 2 wide receivers far, tight end near side, single setback. Lush comes in motion again. Tracy back to throw. He falls down on his own. He's going to lose 5 more. He's got negative 13 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th and 21 or so for the Ponies. And after what could have been a very successful drive, turns in a couple big defensive plays for the Indians, and it'll be a punting situation for South Fork. The quick stuff worked well for South Fork. The hesitation, anything that took any time, the Indians' defense, very, very good. Got through. Low punt, left side, going to go out of bounds. Outside the 30 at about the 31-yard line. So a net change of about 18 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Pawnee for the first time today at their own 31-yard line. Not the way South Fork would have wanted to start this contest after getting the ball in plus territory after an unsportsmanlike penalty to open the game. So the Indians have their chance for the first time offensively here this afternoon. Shotgun formation, single set back to the left of the quarterback, wide receiver far and a flanker, or flanker wide and then wide receiver near. Handoff's going to go up the middle, and South Fork in the backfield in a hurry. The ball carrier was number 9, Carson Wart. Big stop by South Fork, returning the favor. A loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. 4th and 2 from their own 39-yard line. One wide receiver far, one wide receiver near. Tight end on the right side of the offensive line. Single set back to the right of Ward. Claps the hands, goes straight up the middle. He's got a lot more than the first down. Runs over one defender. Gets drugged down, though, but not until he gets to the 45-yard line. A gain of 16 and a first down. That was Lucas Size on the carry, I do believe. Gain of 16. It's 1st and 10 at the 40-yard or 45-yard line of the Ponies. So the Indians in plus territory for the first time. Handoff goes to the setback. Nice tackle there by number 14, Ian Dial. Number 9 on the carry. That is Carson Wart. He's going to go forward for about 2 yards. That puts him to even at 0 yards. 2nd down, we'll call it 8. They're calling it 7. It's close to 7, but we'll call it a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8. Ward in the shotgun again. 2 wide receivers far side this time. No tight end. There's a flanker on the right, wide receiver on the left. Ward's going to roll right. He's got time. Throws downfield underneath, and a flag is down. That might be offensive pass interference. The pass is completed. Still waiting to see if that was number 9. Pass was completed to number 9, Carson Wart. It was number 3? Okay, thank you. It was number 3, Dakota Coyne. The pass completed from the 44, or 43, excuse me. A 13-yard gain. Dakota Coyne on the play. So Ward is 2 for 2 for 28 yards. Handoff underneath. Carson Ward on the carry, going to get another short gain. Gain of 1, gives him 1 yard. 2 touchdowns. 39 yards on 3 completions, another first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line this time. Ward's going to take the snap. Wart moved. Now they're going to call offsides, though. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. So it's 1st and 5 from about the 14-yard line. Ward drops back, looks left, got a receiver cutting through the middle, and it's going to be pass interference, I believe, on Lush, right outside the goal line. We'll see what they call here. Going to call a hold on the defense, I think. The signal from the side judge was holding. It is on the defense, a holding on the defense. See what they it's a 5-yard penalty. They have 2 penalties for 10 yards. And it's first and goal at about the 9-yard line. First and goal at the 9 for the Indians. 2:58 remaining here in the first quarter. Chillin from Davenport, Iowa, St. Ambrose University. I played at South Fork last year. Well, thanks for tuning in. Chillin. Here we go, in motion. The Indians looking for the first score of the game. Handoff up the middle. Ward has it, sidesteps one defender. Gets down to about the 5-yard line, a gain of 4. Carson Ward, he's up to 5 yards on 4 carries. And it's second and goal at the 5 for Pawnee. There's a wing back now and a tight end, full power right side here. And I was going to go up the middle, pressure in the backfield, but spins the tackle, breaks the tackle, down close to the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. I believe that's Carson Ward again on the 5-yard touchdown run. He's got 10 yards. On 5 carries, but that's the touchdown with 1:58 to go in the first quarter. The Indians have the lead. They blew that play dead. False start offense. And the kick team is going to go out there now after the 2-point conversion was called back. It's 20 yards on 2 penalties now for the Indians. Well, here's the 2-point conversion attempt. Going to go to the flat. It's going to be caught. Wart's out there. He's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Pass no good on the 2-point conversion attempt. Indians go up 6-0 after the touchdown. And with 1:58 remaining here in quarter number 1, the Indians lead 6-0. It is windy out here, which is good because these bleachers would be really hot if they weren't, but we got great position up here. Six nothing Indians here early. Well, towards the end of the first quarter, about halfway through the first half, 1:58 remaining.
You're welcome.
Still got the whistle and the hum. I hope that isn't because we plugged in up top. Wouldn't know why that would do it, but here's the kickoff for the Indians. South Fork looks to answer now. Kick is muffed, picked up inside the 25. Little spin move. He's got some running room to the outside. He's going to be brought down, though, across the 25. Looked like he had some room. It ends up being about a 2-yard return. The ball was returned by number 15, Liam Page. Gain of, like I said, about 2 or 3 on the return. It's going to be first down. Is it back up? I can't see very well here, folks, so let me know if it's not going or not. Looks like it's going, but I can't tell. Said we lost it, but now we're back. Shelly Craig Miles, you're welcome. It's really hard to see here out here, folks. If we lose something, let us know. And Lush on the carry. Going to be stopped in the backfield. First player there was number 52, it would appear. That's Caden Watts. And a loss of 3 for Lush. 3 carries for 5 yards now. Okay, thank you very much. I will try to keep an eye on it. It is hot up here. We don't have any shade, so that might be part of our problem, but hopefully everything will keep working. The phone is in the shade, so we shouldn't lose internet. Tracy in shotgun, a high snap, but he's able to corral it. He's looking for somewhere to go. Finally finds somebody. That's Lush over in the left flat. Going to be a gain of about 6. They're going to give him forward progress. Actually, we're going to give him 7. First pass completion of the day for Tracy. Lush gets the catch. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for South Fork. Trailing by 6 with 25 seconds to go. Look at the clock when this play was ended. I don't know if they'll have to get this play off, but it looks like they're going to with about 15 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. The wind is blowing across the field, so there's not a whole lot of advantage. Coming back into flat near. Oh, what a big-time hit, and it's going to be incomplete. The big-time hit by Eric Bettis, and still on the ground waiting to get up. There's a hit of the week candidate for the I8FA as Bettis came in and laid the wood just as he caught the ball. And I don't know if that was, see what number that was, but he is still down on the ground trying to probably catch the wind back a little bit here. As both sides take a knee to give him a chance to get up. We'll take a break as well and play a commercial here. We'll be right back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Pawnee High School, as it was number 9, Griff Swinger, that got the big hit there. He did get up and walk off under his own power. We're still in the first quarter, 2.4 seconds. We'll have one more play here. It's going to be a punt, high punt. Quarter runs out, making the catch and avoiding the first tackler. He's got a room, he's got around the left side. Tracy's doing a good job of cutting him off. He did turn him back, but it's going to be 1st and 10 starting the second quarter from the 15-yard line for the Indians, as they'll have to walk all the way to the other end of the field. That was, I believe that was number 3. Or was it number 2? It was number 2, Ethan Fulton, on the return. It's going to be 1st and 10 as we get ready to go to the second quarter for the Indians at the South Fork 15-yard line. as we move to the second quarter. South Fork side, this is a big drive for South Fork's defense. Need to figure out a way to keep them out of the end zone here, as the Ponies have a facing 2 possession deficit here as we start quarter number 2. Blue numbers on red jerseys, blue pants, and white socks for the most part for the Indians. All white with dark numbers on the Ponies on the far side. It has to be where it's plugged in then. It has to be a ground. Yeah. I mean, I turned mine off and it didn't do any good. So it's either where it's plugged in or it's, I don't know. We can't get into your board. It's got to be the power. That's the only way it could be. So as we get ready to go here, 1st and 15. Ward on the carry. Nice tackle back there by number 50. That was Brody Pop. Brody Pop makes the pop and the stop, but it was actually a gain of 4 for Ward. Got 6 carries for 14 yards now. Indians facing a 2nd down and 6 from about the 11-yard line. Direct snap there. Let's see who that was. Can't see a number on the back of his jersey there, but it was a direct snap. Number 18, Coy Clark. Goes for 1. Handoff. Big tackle in the backfield. That's number 14, Ian Dial in the backfield. Ball carrier was number 2, Ethan Fulton. They bring up 4th down on a loss of 6. Big defensive stop here for South Fork. There's a player running off, not feeling good. Trouble on the far sideline for South Fork. See if we can get an update on him a little later. But here's a 4th down play, 4th and 11. Got an open receiver. And a holding penalty is going to come in the backfield, I do believe. He's out of bounds, but I don't think the play is going to count. We'll wait and see. It's a 1st down at the 1-yard line, and it is a hold against Pawnee. Three penalties for 30 yards. The down marker is not where it was. It was at the 16. Should be 4th and 10 from the 26-yard line. That's what it is. The next dead ball, folks, we're going to go silent for just a second, audio-wise, and see if the beeping quits. Fourth and forever. Fourth and they're calling it 21. Screen underneath. Ward is there. He's got a lot of running room. He might have a chance. He's got it. Touchdown. A 26-yard touchdown pass to Wart with 9:23 to go on 4th and 21. Is there another flag down? They're talking, and maybe another penalty. They're backing them up, so never mind. What are we doing here? It's downfield. It's inside the 10. Holding offense. So it's not going to be a touchdown. It went from the 26. Is from the 10. It'll be 4th and 20. Ward's going to get credit for a 6-yard pass completion. Ward will as well. 45 yards. Still no incompletions. That's 4th and 20 now, or 4th and 15 now. Well, umbrella defense here for South Fork. And now offsides on South Fork. They've got 3 penalties for 15 yards. And that brings up 4th and 10. So it's getting moved back and forth here a little bit. Looking to throw again. He's going to get Bombo loses the ball, covers it up. Going to gain maybe 1 on the play. It'll be a turnover on downs. With 9:16 to go, so huge stop after all that for South Fork. Ward gains 1. He's got negative 6 yards on the game. 1st and 10 from about the 14 for the Ponies of South Fork. Once again, hop into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. I think I said it, but I guess that's Colin, I think. Colin from watching in Davenport, St. Ambrose University, played for South Fork last year. I'll say hi to Shelly Craig Miles. Thank you for watching. We're happy to be here covering what should be a great contest. It's been a good one so far. 9:16 to go in the first half. Delay a game against South Fork, a 5-yard penalty. The wheels kind of falling off both teams here penalty-wise in the last few minutes. 4 penalties for 20 yards and 4 penalties for 40 yards for each team. 4 for 20 for South Fork. Theirs have been of the 5-yard variety. Handoff's going to go to Dial. He's going to get the 5+1. He'll get 6 on the carry. He's got 10 yards on 2 carries. It is warm out here, folks, standing up here on the second weekend of September. It's supposed to be chillier than this, or at least for a fat guy. I think it ought to be chillier than this. Now Tracy in the shotgun. He's going to be a quarterback keeper. Design draw. Nearly a fumble. He holds on to it, though. Getting an arm and a hand out there on it for the Indians. It was Wart, I believe. Actually, it was number 6, Riley McElroy, who had a hand on it. Fulton was there as well. It is a gain of about 4 for Tracy. Moving towards positive yardage. He's got 3 carries for -9 yards. It's 3rd down and 6 with 7:57 to go. The Indians did put a nice drive together to get their touchdown. They lead 6-0, but it's been a defensive battle other than that one series of about 6 plays, which also included a defensive hold that gave them a 1st down and goal. And penalty marker down again. Nope, timeout. South Fork takes a timeout to escape another delay game penalty. We'll take a break as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a couple minutes.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stand creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back here to Pawnee High School. As we're going to, at halftime, make a switch here, but we'll get it done as quick as we can. As South Fork gets ready to go after the timeout. Tracy back, looking right, rolls, stops, pulls up. Throw, he's got a receiver back there and overthrows him, incomplete. Fourth and 5 for South Fork now. South Fork did call a timeout. There's the punt. Going to bounce at the 45, picked up at the 43. A lot of running room down the far side and out of bounds. Fulton again on the return. First and 10 Indians again, starting in plus territory, this time at the 38-yard line with 7:17 to go. Ward getting ready to take the snap here for the Indians. Handoff's going to go to Wart. He's got some running room up the middle, but he's going to be dragged down from behind. Wart gets the carry. That's number 6, George Bailey on the stop. Gain of 3 for Wart. Second and 7 at the 36-yard line. .6:30 to go. Clock running here in the first half. And a flag coming down behind the play again. That was number 16, Caden Anderson on the carry, but I think it's coming back. It is no gain, so he will not get credit for the carry. It'll be another 10-yard penalty on the Indians. 5 penalties for 50 yards here in the first half. It'll bring up second and 6-17, should be second and 17 from the 46. Flanker screen through the hands and incomplete. A pass intended for Dakota Coyne. That's the first incomplete pass for Ward. It'll be 3rd down and 17. Third and 17 here. Game of the week on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Aaron Christian on the camera today. As we came thinking it'd be a good one, and it has been just that. 6:17 to go in the first half. 6-0 the score. Pawnee with the football and the lead. And now a delay of game penalty. They didn't get the play off in time. Been a close game. It hasn't been a clean game. A lot of penalties here in this one. They started the game with an unsportsmanlike penalty before we ever started the clock. So it's been that kind of a night or an afternoon. Coming off the field is number 6, Riley McElroy. Coming on is Bettis, both seniors. 3rd down and forever. 3rd and 21. 22, actually. Coyne. Very little. Well, he's going to get 6. Coyne gets 6 on the play. Dakota Coyne. So it's 4th and
after my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are.
And with the sunlight problems, had a hard time getting back. Lloyd Watson watching from Daytona Beach. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. I think we should be back now. At least it looks like it's back on my end. I'm not sure why it's disappearing. Unless it's OBS maybe having a problem. It's going to be 1st and 10 South Fork at their own 11-yard line, just outside the 10. South Fork unofficially just one first down in the first half. Was on their first drive. All of the first downs for Pawnee have come in the first half. There's Lush trying to get around left end. He's going to gain a few yards. There's Bettis over there to push him towards the sideline. He's going to get a gain of 2. Four carries, 7 yards. Major substitutions for South Fork. 5:21 as Lush got ran out of bounds here to go in the first half. Quarterback keeper this time. Be close to a first down. Where they mark it. Gain of 6. It should bring up 3rd down and 2. That's not where the down marker is, but it sure looks like closer to that to the 3rd down to the line than that. So I almost gave him a gain of 6. He's at -3 on 4 carries now. 4:45 remaining in the first half. Tracy sidesteps one player, and the ball came out. It might be Indians football. Do they call him down or not? They do not. He was still stretching, and Tracy is going to go no gain, lose the fumble, and it'll be 1st and 10 Indians. First one since the first quarter. It's a gain of 12 for Wart. He's got 29 yards now. And it's 1st and goal at about the 9. Actually down to the 6, excuse me. Ward again. Nope, couldn't break that tackle. Big stop in the backfield for South Fork. It was Bailey on the stop. Wart loses a couple. Gonna bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8. It's really nice out here when the sun's under a cloud or the wind is blowing. But when the wind stops blowing and the sun comes out, it is miserable. You can hear the wind pick up on the microphone, I'm sure. We have the windsock on, and it's not supposed to pick up background noise too much. Timeout. Charge to South Fork. That'll be their final timeout of the half. I think I forgot to take the other one off, but it is their final timeout for South Fork. Indians still have all 3. We are in the second quarter. 3:08 remaining in the first half. 6-0's the score. Take a quick look at some. Carson Ward has 27 yards on 9 carries. Caden Ward's -6 on 1. Lucas Size has 16 yards on 1 carry. Coy Clark, 1 yard on 1 carry when he came in to take a snap, direct snap. Ethan Fulton, -6 yards, and Dakota Coyne, 6 yards. On the ground for the Indians. But the bigger story is the South Fork defense right now. They have been able to control, for the most part, the Indians' offense, which has had fantastic starting field position. 2 times inside the red zone they've started, once inside the 40, and they've not scored on any of those drives. They do have 2nd and goal at the 8 here. Ward, incomplete. It's incomplete, not caught, pass intended. Can't see what number that is across the field. I believe it was, I don't know what number it was, to be honest with you, a single digit. Taller than Bettis. It may have been Riley McElroy. Now there comes McElroy in. It was Bettis, I guess. It was Bettis, number 7. Second straight completion for Ward. 3rd and goal from the 8. .302 to go, and you might be able to hear the coaching staff on the far side of the field. That's South Fork. One more. This would be a huge defensive stop again for South Fork. Their offense has got to get something going. The Indians had 1st and goal at the 6. They now face 4th and goal at the 8. And dropping back again, looking to pass. He gets hit as he throws. It's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver at the back of the end zone. It was a little too high. He couldn't go any deeper. And it's incomplete and a turnover on downs. Might be Coyne that was intended for. It was Dakota Coyne. He was stretched as far as he could at the back of the end zone trying to get his hands on it. It might have hit his hands, but it wasn't a very catchable ball, and it goes incomplete. So another turnover on downs. 1st and goal at the 8 now, or 1st and 10 at the 8, with Lush the deep setback now for the Ponies. That's a good hit as well right there. That was Lush on the carry, a gain of about 4. See where they actually mark it at here. Was a gain of 4 for Lush. He's got 11 yards on 5 carries. Wasn't Indian slow to get up. He just make his way up and off, but we're ready to go with 2:22 to go. Clock running here in quarter number 2. A lot of 2s in that statement. This time, goes to Lush again. Wart down at the bottom of that pile. No, that wasn't. That was Bailey on the carry, number 6. Wart, or Bailey, goes for no gain. Third and, well, they give him a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 for South Fork at their own 15-yard line, give or take a few feet. Just shy of the 15, 3rd and 5. They're getting close. Tracy drops back. He's got time this time. Oh, throws it way downfield. He's going to overthrow everybody in double coverage. That was Lush, I think. McElroy, I think, actually back there. Or Bailey, excuse me, wrong team. It is 4th and 5. That was Lush, incomplete. So a punting situation again with 1:20 to go in the first half. So the South Fork defense probably going to have to come up big one more time here in the first half with 1:20 remaining. Tracy's going to punt this one away. Chance to return it again at the 44-yard line. Turns up and in, gets hit. The whistle came. I don't think they're going to call anything, though, as he turned back into the field of play. On the return was number 40, Lucas Size. 30 for the Indians with 1:09 to go. 69 seconds left in the first half. The Indians again, for the 4th straight time, start deep in South Fork territory. Their only touchdown has come on a nice drive, their opening drive. Outside that, South Fork's defense, which nearly stopped the first drive too, has been a steel curtain so far here today. Ward, hands off to Wart. Big play in the backfield for South Fork again. That is number 6, George Bailey. Wart is going to lose 1 on the play, maybe 2. Yeah, I'm only going to make him lose 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 with 50 seconds remaining. Not a whole lot of hurry here from the Indians. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining. Wart loses 1. He's got 10 carries for 26 yards, down to 33 seconds. Backup quarterback in now. He's going to just run it. And it's number 18, Coy Clark. Clark is going to go for a gain of 5. He's got 6 yards on 2 carries and a timeout on the field with 19.8 seconds left. So going to bring up 3rd down and 6 after the timeout. Kind of get the feeling maybe if they would have made something happen on that first play, they would have taken those timeouts. They didn't want to give South Fork another chance. So they did take a timeout on 3rd down here to see if they can make something happen. They can let the clock run out after this play because South Fork does not have any timeouts remaining. Pawnee has 2 left, South Fork 0, so you can play into that with this 3rd down play. Nothing hurt if you take the timeout. If you don't make it, you just let the clock run out. So Pawnee got 2 chances at least if they want to take it, because they do have 2 timeouts. So if they get this 1st down, they can have a couple more plays probably. Ward is back in at quarterback. Hand off, and Ward's got some running room. He's got the 1st down and a lot more. He's inside the 10, down inside the 5, keeps his feet moving. Touchdown, Pawnee Indians. A 25-yard touchdown run, and that might be the play of the week right there for Carson Wart. A 25-yard touchdown run. He's got 51 yards. With 11.6 seconds left. A monster run for Carson Wart. Ward's going to take the snap again. Shotgun. Wart bounces left, goes forward, gets the 2-point conversion. That makes it 14-0. Pawnee, and a huge swing as Pawnee will get the ball first in the second half as well. So a huge, huge swing for Pawnee on that 3rd and 5. Actually, it was 3rd and 6 from the 25. And Carson Wart took a man among boys out there. He got hit at the 10 and wrapped up by about 2 or 3 players at the 5. Just kept his feet pumping. Got close to the end zone and just reached the ball out and ended up walking in for a touchdown with 11.6 seconds remaining. It's turning into a hot one here this afternoon. As Coy Clark leads the team out to kick for Pawnee. Number 33 is Jaden Adamako. He's a 6', 190-pound junior, running back and linebacker. Also handles the kicking duties. It is hot Hopefully everything is still working okay here. Looks like it is. Let's get ready to go kick in here. There's the kick. Lush is back to take it. And there's a flag. No matter what happens, it's coming back. A block in the back behind the play, and a South Fork player down as well up near the, that's Lush getting up slow. 5.1 seconds left, another penalty. This one is on South Fork. Not sure. I think it was a block in the back. Or give me another 10-yard penalty. That's their first 10-yard penalty. 5 penalties for 30 yards. 5.1 seconds left, and it looks like they're just going to take a knee as South Fork. We'll see. They might run something from their I formation. This is a formation they started in. They are an inside handoff. And a pretty big hit. And the clock's going to run out. That was Wart putting a hit on number 9 on the carry. That was Griff Swinger. First half's going to come to an end. Four yards. We will take a break. We're going to go to a static screen so we can try to change something out here. We'll be back with some stats in the second half here in just a few minutes. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. So again, you're going to see the start screen, but we'll be back, I promise. All right, welcome back here to Pawnee High School, and the camera's working. We've had some audio problems, and actually not really problems. It's been a feed problem here, and we turned our big camera viewer off, and it seems to have taken care of the problem. So, not sure how that was interfering, but it appears that it was. So we took care of it. We'll talk about some stats, but first we have the superintendent for Pawnee, Molly Edmonds, right?
That is correct.
With us, and I just met her, and she asked me if I was going to give her the questions.
Yeah, I wanted to prepare.
And I told her that I would have had to prepare for that to be the case, and that's not the case. But you guys have a pretty good football team going on here at Pawnee right now, don't you?
We really do. We have a young team, a young coaching staff. They're really excited about our season. You can feel it as soon as they get on the field, and they're doing an awesome job.
We got a bunch of people that help with the athletics, so I'll let them talk about that maybe in a few minutes. But tell us a little bit about Pawnee High School and the school district here in Pawnee.
Well, I'm new to the district this year. Sadly, as everyone knows, we lost our superintendent last year, and he's a hard act to follow. But Pawnee is a great community. I have principals here that I get to work with day in and day out. Mr. Henneman here has been here, I want to say longer than I've been alive, but I don't want to be mean. That's not true. But we have a lot of individuals that make this their home, that work here. It's a tight-knit community, great kids, awesome teachers. It's really a great place to be.
Well, and the school itself looks nice. Your facilities here for sports is really nice for this size of a school.
It is. And I'm going to have Mr. Henneman speak more to that, because that was something that he and Mr. Cradaville put into place. Building's great, too. But, yes, we have wonderful athletic facilities.
What are the challenges as a superintendent for a small school like this? We talk about sports all the time, but there's so much more obviously about school than sports, and you get to see a lot of that. What are the challenges for these small communities?
Well, fortunately, our district does realize the value in paying teachers well, paying staff well, so we do not have the issues of finding staff. It's more finding the opportunities for our students to make them competitive with other larger schools. But we have a great team, and they are doing that. But that is a challenge.
Well, you kind of got snookered into this interview, didn't you?
I did.
Mr. Henneman wanted
he's
to.
Sneaky.
Yeah, you don't coach baseball for 30 years and not have a little sneaky to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I coached baseball for a few years, so I get that a little bit.
Yeah, I'll get him back.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I have no doubts that you'll have the opportunity to do that. Sports, a lot of traveling and stuff. And does the school district, for your job, is that affected by your job much? I mean, other than budgeting wise?
Again, yes, we look at that budget, but the community supports anything that these students do, and they pay the transportation cost to ensure that our kids are able to participate competitively.
Good crowd for a non-homecoming game.
It is. I've only been to 2 home Pawnee football games, and both of them have been very crowded. Last week, our cheerleading coach had mini cheer, so we had a packed house then, and it was an awesome event.
It's pretty warm today, and I'm not small, so it's not a good combination for a guy like
me. You're wearing it well.
I like you. You fib well too. I'm just going to say you. I don't know you very well, but you can fib with the best of them. That's why you two get along. I could tell already. Am I wrong or am I right? No comment?
No comment.
Okay.
No comment.
You go ahead and give him the headset. Mr. Henneman, to get underneath the headset here. And you need one that buttons on the side like mine do, and you wouldn't have that problem right there.
Yeah.
Well, good crowd. Been a good football game, but Pawnee probably feels like they should be up by about 3 more scores right now.
Yeah, I had a couple of missed opportunities. One was called back because of the holding penalty, but overall, I think if you asked them 14-0 at half, I think they'd be real happy about that. I think defensively they're playing really well.
Yeah, and really both teams have played relatively well defensively.
Yes,
It's been a defensive game, even though it's 14-0. One of the things that I know that Mr. Kirby's at a volleyball tournament today you guys are hosting. There's a lot of stuff going on at school today, isn't there?
Absolutely. We have a fresh soft volleyball tournament, so there's 8 teams here for that. And then, of course, a big football game. So lots of excitement and lots of activity here.
You've been a baseball coach for a long time. What has this 8-man football thing been like for Pawnee?
I think it's been great. When we went to 8-man, I think we had 17 kids out. So really tough to compete with the 11-man with that many kids, knowing that some are freshmen. So it's been a really good move for us, and I know our late superintendent, Tim Cradaville, had a big part in helping organize early on with 8-man, and he was a big proponent of that. I've gone to some of the meetings I just love with 8-man. You know, every meeting I've gone to, they talk about expanding, getting more teams in, trying to grow it, and I think it's really exciting seeing it. We've had a lot of people last week. A lot of people came by, and people I knew, and they said, hey, I'm just here. I want to see 8-man. I haven't seen it. And, you know, it's exciting to get it out in space and, you know, have a chance to score. But it's been really good for our school, and our numbers have exploded. I mean, we have, you know, upper 30s out for football. And I look at it long term. I'm the grade school principal, too, so I see that our grade levels have smaller classes coming up. So, you know, some people ask, well, are you going to go back to 11-man? But I think looking at projections for the future, I think 8-man's where we need to be.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a key, probably a thing for a lot of schools. Classes are not getting bigger for the most part at most, especially these smaller schools, are they?
Right. Yeah, and it's just a way that we can compete against schools kind of our size, and it would be great to get more teams around the state, because then there wouldn't be as much travel. That's one of the downfalls every year at the scheduling meeting. They talk about trying to arrange it so that people have similar travel distances, because some teams are traveling an hour and a half, almost 2 hours for a game. But we get more schools, I think we'll be able to sort some of that out.
What would you say to a school who's on the fence about coming to 8-man?
I would say that it's a great opportunity for their kids to compete. If you're 11-man and you only have 20 kids out, you know you're going to get beat up a little bit, and you know it's going to be really tough to compete. You're probably not going to do very well. So I think 8-man would be a great jump.
Success helps you get more people, and for these smaller schools, it's easier to be successful in 8-man. And it seems weird, but it really is. It's that extra 3 people make a huge difference when you're going against schools bigger than you, doesn't it?
Right, and you talk about extra 3 people, and we're talking about actually 6 extra people,
right,
because 3 on each side of the ball.
Right.
And, you know, you'll get worn out if you're playing both ways the whole time. So, yeah, I think it makes a huge difference. You know, if you have 20, 25 people, you can compete in 8-man. If you have 20, 25, it's going to be hard in 11-man, especially knowing that some of those kids are freshmen and they're stepping in, playing for the first time. It's going to be hard for them to adjust.
Well, I appreciate the hospitality of you guys coming in, letting us do this game of the week here this week, and we're happy to be here. It's kind of been what I think people expected. 2 good teams battling it out. South Fork has not had a lot of success, but their defense has played pretty well.
Yeah, they're well coached. You know, it's a rivalry. They're real close. You know, Zach Hanlon does a great job with their program, and, you know, really excited about Josh Talley and what he's done here this year. And so I think 2 well-coached teams, and, you know, they're hard-nosed and have a lot of grit and determination, and you're going to get some knockdown, drag-out fight when you get together. So, yeah, really excited about it. Looking forward to the second half.
You could tell that at the start when the flags came out on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could tell that the 2 teams had no love lost. There's for sure on that. But, well, Coach, thank you very much. I appreciate you letting us be here and appreciate all the hospitality. Sorry my hand's sweaty because it's hot out here.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate what you do.
No problem. Chris Hinman, the elementary principal and guy in charge of all of the athletics here. Mr. Kirby is the athletic director. Spent the week talking to him several times, getting ready for the game. So we thank those guys for that. So we were off air. We found out that if you were just tuning back in, we found out that it was our viewer, our oversized viewer, that was causing the whistling problem, which makes absolutely no sense to me, but it's not plugged in. It's battery powered. Maybe that's the reason why it's battery powered, but still makes no sense. But we are here and we are back, and the whistle's gone, so that's a plus. We'll take a look at some offensive totals for the South Fork Ponies, first of all. As not a whole lot going on for them here in the first half. They are out on the field warming up for half number 2. So is Pawnee, just out on the field as well. So some stats for the Ponies. 2 carries for 10 yards for Ian Dial. 2 waters. Brody Lush has 5 carries for 11 yards. Jared Tracy, the quarterback, has 5 carries for -3 yards. He was sacked twice early. That's where the negative yards came from. He's 1 for 3 for 7 yards, and Lush has 1 catch for 7 yards. 14 carries for 23 yards in the first half for the Ponies. So not a lot of productivity for South Fork. For the Indians of Pawnee, 11 carries for 51 yards. 25 of them came on the last offensive play of the half for the Indians. They have 14 points. They have 5 first downs, 2 passing, 2 rushing, and 1 penalty. So 11 carries for 51 yards for Ward. Ward has 2 carries for -6 yards. Size has 1 carry for 16 yards. Clark has 2 carries for 6 yards. Ethan Fulton has a carry for -6, and Dakota Coyne has a carry for 6. That is a total of 67 yards of rushing on 18 carries. So not huge numbers there as well. But really the pain for the Ponies came in the air for the Indians. Ward was 4 of 7. He completed his first 4 passes, 4 of 7 for 45 yards, no interceptions, no touchdowns. Lucas Size has a catch for 15 yards. Dakota Coyne has a catch for 13 yards. Wart has 2 catches for 17 yards. Again, that's 4 for 7 for 45 yards for Ward. As we get ready to go for the second half. As we get ready to go in the second half here, as the 3-minute extra was put on the clock, we'll tell you the scoring plays, just 2 of them. First one came in the first quarter with 1:58 remaining. Carson Ward, from 5 yards out. The pass failed. It was 6-0 Pawnee. The second, and that was on the first drive. So that tells you what the first 2 drives for both teams were. There was 1 drive apiece that ended the first of drive for Pawnee, which was the second drive of the game, ended at 1:58. So both teams had the ball for quite some time on their first drives. After that, it was just back and forth, very short drives, no yardage until Pawnee's Carson Wart scored from 25 yards out on a run that, folks, I'm telling you, is going to be one of the best ones you see all year. With 11.6 seconds left, Pawnee got the touchdown. Wart got the 2-point conversion run, and that's where we sit at the end of the half, 14-0. We're going to play a quick commercial. We'll be back. It should be Indians football to open the second half. When we get back, you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Don't forget, live chat's open. Hop in there. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We'll be right back after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back here to Pawnee High School for the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Game of the Week for the I8FA. We won't be able to do a game every week, but when we can, we'll pick the best one that we can find and try to get to it. 2 top 10 ranked teams doing battle here this afternoon at Pawnee. South Fork trails Pawnee 14-0 as we prepare to enter the third quarter of play. As the scoreboard didn't update the score. Get that up and see if I can get that to work here. There it goes. Sorry about that, folks. It is 14-0. Dakota Coyne back deep to receive for the Indians. As we said, they get the touchdown with 11.6 left in the half, and they get the ball first to go up, a chance to go up 3 scores here, which would be huge with a defense that has given up little to no offense for South Fork here. Looks like the kicker is going to be number 7, Marshall Brandon for South Fork. Coyne back to receive. And it's going to go to the 40 and then fall on it. Lucas Size catches it and just falls down at the 40. 1st and 10 for the Pawnee Indians at their own 40-yard line. This is the first time that Pawnee has started in their own territory since the opening drive of the game, which was just outside their 30 after South Fork started inside the 50 in plus territory after a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty made the Pawnee Indians kick from the 25. Here we go. Ward's going to take the shotgun snap. 2 receivers near side. Handoff's going to go to Wart. He cuts it back. Now tries to bounce outside. Runs over Lush. Breaks another tackle. He's around the sideline. Going to be thrown out of bounds finally. From the 40 down inside to 35. The tackle made by number 10, Steven Shanks. But Wart on another big run. Back-to-back big runs. 20, 25, 27 yards on the carry. And just like that, he is up to 78 yards rushing on 12 carries. 1st and 10. Pawnee as they come out of the half with a big run. 11:33 to go in quarter number 3, and Pawnee in striking distance again. Tight ends near and far. One wide left side. Ward to the side, set back to the left of Ward. He'll get the handoff again. Runs right through a pair of would-be tacklers, and he's going to get up and gain a yard or 2.
Number 9, Carson Ward with the carry, taken down by number 6, George Bailey, and number 50, Brady Powell.
Powell and Bailey on the stop. That's a short 2, long 1. I'll give him 1. 79 yards now on 13 carries for Ward. And we're under 11 minutes to go. McElroy comes out. Size in. And also in is Bettis. As they're going to go 3 wides this time. Bettis is near side. Size is the far wide out. Hand off to Ward again. He's got running room to the left. Cuts it up inside. Breaks a tackle. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he has a first down. A gain of 12 on the carry. 1st and 10 at the 18. 91 yards unofficially on 14 carries as the yards start to pile up. Another first down for the Indians on the ground. Same set, opposite sides this time. The flanker on the right, Wart on the right. Ward's going to take the snap with Wart to his right this time. He's going to hand off once again. Right up the middle he goes. He bounces it to the left side. He'll have another first down and a whole lot more. Touchdown, Carson Wart from the 18. An 18-yard touchdown run for Carson Wart. That puts him over 100 yards to 109. And he was the workhorse on that with 9:49 to go in the third quarter. Pawnee comes out in the second half and runs the ball right down the Pony's throat for a touchdown thanks to Carson Wart. 9:49 to go. Wart with an 18-yard run. Now, direct snap and going nowhere. The run fails.
2-point conversion is no good. Number 18, Corey Clark with the run.
Corey Clark unable to get in. So it's 20-0. 3-possession game now for the Indians as South Fork and their offense is going to have to figure out a way to get something going here. It is a hot one this afternoon here on the silver bleachers at Pawnee High School, and we talked to Molly Edmonds, the athletic director, or the superintendent, a few minutes ago. We also talked to Chris Hinman, the elementary principal.
Kicking for the Indians. Number 5, Brody Lush, back to receive for South Fork Ponies.
So the Indians to kick off. Going to be number 33 again, Jaden Adamako. Low line drive kick taken by the up back at about the 34-yard line. Coy Clark, I believe, on the stop. The carry or the return by number 15 was Liam Page. From the 34 out to the 45, an 11-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10. South Fork at their own 45-yard line. Lush in motion. Tracy with it. Runs around left side. Short gain, maybe one. We'll give him 1 yard.
Number 2, Jared Tracy with the carry.
He's up to -2 yards now.
Stop by number 72, Carter.
2nd down and 9. On the stop, number 72, Carter Webb. He's a 6'4", 256-pound junior for Pawnee. I formation, 2 tight end set for South Fork. Inside handoff going around right side. Another short gain on the carry is Jude Walker. Number 11. Webb again on the stop on the far side. Gain of 2. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Clock running, 8:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Now we're going to have a wide out to the near side. Lush in motion now. Tracy goes to the flat and short arms it intended for Walker. It's 4th and 7 from the 47. From the 48, excuse me.
Bring up 4th down for South Fork.
See if they're in 4-down territory with 7:48 to go. Taking quite a while to call the play, so I would say that they're going to go for it here. Just shy of the 50 at the 48.5 yard line. Four wide receivers, too far, too near. And a timeout's going to be called as they did not get to play in time. That's could be huge as this game goes along because they are already trailing by 3 scores. And the scoreboard did not reset, so we'll put the 2 timeouts up now. 2 timeouts remain for the Ponies here as they call one early in the 3rd quarter. Once again, live chat's open. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We do like to see that. We can have some conversations with the folks in the live chat if you're willing and able. Can see it, barely. It is bright out here today. As the cheerleaders for Pawnee leading this team, and here we go. After the timeout, it's 4th down and 7. A reverse. Lush, he might look to pass. He will. Downfield, he's got a wide open receiver, and it's going to be dropped incomplete. A cramp on the far side for one of the Pawnee players that was over there to break that pass up. As Lush, still a cramp on the far side over there every time he thinks it's gone. Incomplete pass by Lush. Turnover on downs. It will be Pawnee football, leading 20-0. It'll be 1st and 10. They put it right at the 50. They lost a yard because the down sticks moved. Not sure which Indians player that is over there. It has been unusually cool this football season for the most part, and this is probably the hottest day they've played or practiced since the first week of the season, when practice for a few days was pretty hot. But outside of that, it's been pretty cool. And this hot day, even though the breeze is blowing right at this moment, keeping it kind of cool, it's had its issues, let's just put it that way. Coy Clark is over here warming up, number 18. I don't know if that's Ward on the far side over there, laying down possibly. Can't see. Nope, there's number 12, so it is not Ward. I'll tell you what, folks, most of you have probably had a cramp, but getting a bad cramp in your calf or your thigh might be the worst thing ever. Especially when you get a big knot in it and it bruises the next day. It's horrible. They're still trying to get it worked out over there. Eric Bettis with the cramp. You can tell the cramp is still there by the way the toe is pointed up on the gentleman as he walks across the field. Hopefully he can get it stretched out. So we get ready to go here. I do not envy him whatsoever. They bring him a bottle of Gatorade. Ward. Coy comes in motion. Handoff goes to Ward left side. Everything went right. He went left, and he's got another big gain and out of bounds across the first down. See where they mark. Oh, they stopped. He stopped short. So gain of 6. 16 carries for 115 yards. Second down and 4. Short 4, long 3. They've got 3 on the scoreboard. Ward looks back, and he's going to get intentional grounding, I do believe. They didn't call it. Can't believe the officials on the other side aren't, or coaches on the other side aren't all over that. It's an incomplete pass. It's 3rd down, not 4th down. So after 4 straight completions to start the game, it's 4 straight incompletions. Now they're going to come in and talk some more here. Or move the ball back a little bit. 7:31 to go in the third quarter. It's 20-0. Hand off to Ward again. This time he goes right up the middle. He'll have the first down. Gain of 5, maybe 6. Gain of 6. 17 carries for 121 yards. It is 20 to 0. 2 wide outs. Size to the near side. Coin to the far side. 1 tight end. Ward again. He's got running room. Bounces it outside to the 20. Tries to keep in bounds. He does. He's inside the 15. There's a flag at the 35-yard line, though. Holding on the Indians. So Ward will get 2 yards on a carry. Another 10-yard penalty. 65 yards in penalties. 7 penalties for 65 yards. Coin comes in. The fullback / tight end, Caleb Robinson, 205-pound, 5'10" senior, comes out. Ward drops, looks for a screen, and he misses the throw intended. Let's see who that number is he's intended for. Another incomplete pass. That's 5 incompletions in a row. Somebody on the far side not happy with the officiating, folks. And I'm 99% sure the official heard it because everybody on this side heard it, including me who has headphones on. So, I mean, in all honesty, that's pretty impressive that you can be that loud. That sounds like me talking. Wart's going to be trapped in the backfield, and now they're going to call something else. What are they going to call this time? Another hold on the Indians. Wart lost 2. They probably will decline this one. Why would you not decline that? Why would you not decline that? 10-yard penalty. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 23. I think I would have taken the 2-yard loss and called it 3rd and 15 or so. We'll see if it comes back to haunt them or not. Lone, no setback. Wide receiver screen. Size. Makes one guy miss and is going to get bottled up. Good pursuit. Going to go for a gain of about 4 to Size. 2 catches for 19 yards. 5 of 10 now for 49 yards is Ward. So he makes me look dumb and makes him look smart thus far. It's 3rd and 24. Screen again. Going to throw it away. 4th down and 24. I would expect them to punt here, but it's 4th down and 24, give or take a yard. 5:13 to go in the third quarter. No, the scoreboard is not correct. I must have hit the button in extra time. Thank you for pointing it out. It's 20-0. 20-0. There's a punt. Lush is there to receive it at the 20. Breaks one tackle. Coming from behind. Breaks another tackle. Comes near side. Lush on him. Outrunning and finally going to be tracked down from behind by Ethan Fulton. No, that's Coyne, excuse me. But Lush is going to be into positive territory, and there's a few players down around the play. McElroy slow to get up for the Indians. Lush on a big return from about the 20, across the 50. But he ran about 75 yards to get there. 4:54 to go. It's crunch time for South Fork. Did the scoreboard stay right that time? It did. So 1st and 10. Dial, who we haven't seen for a while.
Number 14, Ian Dial with the carry. Taken down by number 77.
He's going to go for a gain of 8. Bailey, the deep setback behind Tracy. Dial in motion. It's going to be Bailey trying to get the stiff arm. Isn't going to get it done. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Wart keeps it. A couple of Indians bounce each other off Tracy. He's going to have a first down and a whole lot more. Down inside the 15, I believe. No, he's inside the 20. They mark him right at the 20. From the 36, a 16-yard gain, another first down. Tracy puts himself into positive yardage, 7 carries for 14 yards. As the Heat starting to catch up with some of the big boys on the offensive and defensive lines as well here this afternoon. 3:13 to go. Clock running. 1st and 10 at the 20 for South Fork, threatening for the first time today. Big hit. Breaking the tackle was Bailey. And he gets back maybe just inside the 20. Looks like they're going to give him a yard. But, man, he worked awful hard to get that yard. Tracy's going to keep it on a keeper to the left. Not a whole lot there. Wart comes up and makes a big stop. Tracy gets 2 yards. 3rd and 7. $1:53 to go in the third quarter. Tracy looks to throw. He's got a receiver open. Oh, big hit by Wart. The pass is complete. Jude Walker makes the completion. It's a gain of 4. Second completion, 2 for 5 for 11 yards. Big fourth down here. The Pawnee faithful close to us, starting to get into it a little bit here. Under center. Trying to draw him off. Not going to happen. 42.3 seconds left, and South Fork already takes their second timeout of the half. They're down to 1 timeout remaining. We'll take a quick break as well. If the audio keeps cutting out, the only thing it could be is heat. I don't have any other idea why the audio would cut out unless I'm talking too loud. I'll turn it down a little bit. That could have been it. It is pretty hot, but I'll turn the audio down. Maybe that'll help a little bit. We are not in a booth here. We are outside on the side. So it is getting a little sun here. Generally, we try to sit in the shade of the crow's nest, but not able to do that here. So, and we're not really in a spot where we could have put a tent up either. So we are pretty much relegated to what we have today. I want to thank them for giving us a nice platform, though. If it just wasn't 100 degrees today, it wouldn't be so bad. The sun's bright when it's out from behind the clouds. Here's that fourth down play. They tried to get him to jump, didn't work. In motion, Tracy's going to keep it, and he's not going to get there. Huge hit again by Warts. A gain of 2. He needed 3. And turnover on downs. So they bent, but they didn't break. And with 37.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the Indians get the ball back on a turnover on downs at their own 11-yard line. Actually closer to the 10, so it would be the 10-yard line. War on the carry. No, it's not. Corey Clark on the carry. Gain of 5.
Stop by number 10, Stephen Shanks.
Shanks gets the stop. Clark has 3 carries for 11 yards. And that's how the third quarter is going to come to an end. 20-0. The Pawnee Indians lead the Ponies of South Fork as we work through quarter number 3. We'll come back right after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back here to Pawnee High School. We get ready to go to the fourth quarter of play. The Indians lead 20-6, or 20-0, excuse me. Shelly, let me know if the audio is any better. I did turn my microphone down. I might have been clipping it. So it looked like I had it a little higher than I had it earlier, so that might have been the problem. So let me know if it's any better or worse. Trying to shade it a little bit at the moment here between quarters. Hopefully that'll help as well. But it looks like it's going through okay on our end, so I can see that it's still getting audio. but I wasn't looking to see if it was clipping, so that could have been what it was. We appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully you're able to enjoy it to some capacity today. You're not having to watch it out in the heat or the bright sunshine. As we take the handoff, it's going to be Coy Clark again on the carry. Direct snap.
Number 18, Coy Clark with the key. Stop by number 10, Stephen Shanks.
And he might lose a yard. Third down and 6. Third and 6 from about the 14-yard line. Thank you. And a first down on the run for Wart, and another flag down. That's right at the line of scrimmage. I'm guessing it'll be a hold. Be half the distance to the goal, I believe. Yeah, 7-yard penalty. $82 yards in penalties. Third down and 14 now. 13, actually. From inside the 10 at about the 7. And a timeout, charge to the Indians. We'll take a quick break as well. We'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Maybe you could hear the cheerleaders in the background there. Sorry, I took a quick drink chance to take a drink there. I want to thank Aaron Christian for running the camera today. Third down and 13. Four wide receivers set this time. Ward throws short. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle, and it's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, and then a horse collar tackle for Coyne as the flag is down. Coyne from the 7. 43, 45 yards. $45 yards. So we'll tack on some yards to the end of that. Should be 15 more. You might have seen on the screen there, the officials were calling for the horse collar. The official's like, I'm all over it. He dropped the flag already, and he had. 45 yards in penalties. 6 penalties for 45 yards for South Fork. Ward. Hand off to Ward again, up the middle. Gets held up by the official, but it's going to be a first down from the 30 down to the 22, an 8-yard carry. The biggest hit of the day on Wart was just made by the official. Playing against 9 players on that play. First and 10 at the 22-yard line after 10 first downs in the game unofficially for the Indians now. Outside, a little fresh legs.
Number 16, Caden Anderson with the carry.
Caden Anderson with the carry, number 16. He's going to go for a gain of 5. 8:37. McElroy comes out. Clark comes out. Ethan Fulton goes in. 2 came out, 1 came in. The clock should be running. That's what I thought. I think they're short a player. Timeout on the field, charge to the Indians. A little bit of trouble there. That's 2 timeouts they've called here in the fourth quarter. It's like we had a brief exit of service again. We apologize for that. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining. So after the timeout, 8:24 to go in the fourth quarter, 20-0 is the score. Pawnee has had their way here in the second half. Well, ever since about minute 20 to go, they scored on a minute 9 drive. Now they're still short a player. McElroy is going to run out late. So here we go. Hand off to Wart. Man, he's got some open room to the left. Runs over 1 player. He's down near the 10-yard line. A gain of 5. Clark coming in. Ethan Fulton going out. 3rd and 1 at the 12. Hand off to Ward again. He might go. Nope, going to be pulled up short, and the official gets taken down this time. From the 12 to the 5, a 7-yard gain, first down. Actually, he's at the 4, so we'll give him 8. Ward again to the right of Ward. That's W-O-R-T next to W-A-R-D. Ward's going to take the handoff. Goes right. 4-yard touchdown run for Carson Ward. Puts him over 150 yards by my stats, 153. And his 4th touchdown run So they're going to try the 2-point conversion again.
Number 18, play clock with the pass. Number 9, Carson Ward for the 2-point.
Carson Wart catches the pass from Clark. $28-0. The score. $28-0 the score. Both teams have one timeout, 6:52 remaining in the football game. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Jake Adamaco back to kick again after a 4-yard run at 6:52 of the fourth quarter. Again, a return for number 15, Liam Page, but not much on it this time. He's going to get near the 30. Cannon Ward on the stop, a freshman, 5'10", 135. So they're going to mark it right at the 30. 1st and 10, South Fork. They finally got some offense going, but stalled out in the red zone on their last trip. And it's been all Indians in pay dirt. Actually, it's been all Carson Wart. He's got all 4 of the touchdowns. In fact, he scored all the points. That time, Clark threw a pass to Wart for a 2-point conversion. Wart has the other 2-point conversion run. Tracy looking deep. Going to roll to his right. Going to throw down to Lush now. Sidesteps one, gets a big hit and then thrown out of bounds. Wart again lays a big smack. And Wart's going to ask for a break, and now Bettis is down with a cramp again, I do believe. From the 30, across the 50. A 22-yard pass. Coy drags Bettis off the field so they can keep playing. That's something you don't see very often. I feel for you, bud, but I want to get out of here. Get off the field. Lush catches his 3rd pass. Tracy back to throw again. Lush in the flat. Is that a fumble or is it incomplete? Incomplete. Big breakup by Ward over there. Pass intended for Lush.
Broken up by number 9, Carson Ward.
Second down and 10 from the 48 of the Indians for the Ponies. 6:16 to go. And a delay of game penalty. 50 yards in penalties now for South Fork. Coyne standing there talking to the back judge during that penalty walk-off. Ball's on the ground, but he covers it up. That was a bad handoff. He never did have it. Lush covers it up. No, that's not Lush. That is George Bailey. He's going to lose another yard. He's got 4 carries for 3 yards. 3rd and 16 after a 5-yard penalty and a 1-yard loss in the last 2 plays. .5:30 clock running here in the 4th quarter. A lot of that yardage back, got all the penalty yardage back. That was Austin Massey, they're saying, number 32. Going to get a gain of 10. .455 remaining. It's 4th down and 6 for South Fork. Clock running, approaching 4:45 now. I formation, fullback. Pass now. .426 left. Tracy's going to keep it. Got running room. Keeps his feet moving. Ball comes out. It's going to be picked up by Massey. Let's see where Tracy was stopped at. He was stopped at the 20, so he got a 14-yard gain. Massey picked it up at the 20. Goes to the 11. Massey got a 9-yard gain on that. First down on the rush. 1st and 10 at the 11 for South Fork. Trying to get back in his false start. Ball came out. This play is dead, though. The play should be dead. It should not count. I don't think it'll count. Play was dead, I do believe. We'll see what they call here. They call it a shift. They might have let the play go, but it should have been blown dead, I do believe. Yeah, the illegal procedure means the play does not count. Be a 5-yard penalty. Remains first down. First and 15 from the 16. 3:45 remaining. Clock should start, and it will. Different quarterback in. We'll tell you who that is in a second. Bailey. No gain, it doesn't look like. New quarterback in the ball game for South Fork. Number 4 is Colton Puchetti. He's a 5'7", 145-pound freshman, quarterback and safety. So Puchetti in for Tracy now. Lush not in the game either any longer. Bailey is still in there. Massey, Austin Massey, the deep setback now. Puchetti throws to the end zone. They're going to call pass interference. See what they call here. It's defensive, I'm sure, but it could be offensive. Yep, defensive pass interference.
Pass interference against the Indians.
A 10-yard penalty. 92 yards in penalties. Actually half the distance, so an 8-yard penalty, excuse me. Bailey on the carry. He's going to be close to a first down.
Number 6, George Bailey with the carry. Stopped by number 6, Riley McElroy.
5 yards for Bailey. McElroy on the stop. 6 is doing battle there. 3rd down and 3 from about the 4-yard line. 2:07 remaining. So the Indians trying to complete the shutout here. The Ponies trying to keep from getting skunked. Handoff on the inside, handoff, and it's going to be a touchdown for number 48.
Number 40, Carter Foley.
40, excuse me. Carter Foley on the 4-yard touchdown run. .153 remaining. Two-point conversion coming here. Bailey goes in motion to the left side. Puccetti rolls out. He's wide open. He throws it late, but he makes the catch, stays in bounds. It's a touchdown and two-point conversion for the Ponies. So 28-8's the score with 1:53 to go in the football game. Pawnee has proved, I believe, to be the real deal here as they are going to walk out of here with a victory. At this point, it's really about what the final score is going to be. Hopefully we'll get both coaches to come up and talk to us for a few minutes. Zach Hanlon for South Fork and Coach Talley, Josh Talley for the the Pawnee Indians, excuse me. I've been covering too much volleyball this week with Payson Seymour. Squib kick doesn't go 10 yards. Pawnee's just going to fall on it. Covered up by number 42, Hudson Wart. He's got a little fan section down there. The sophomore, 5'10", 145. So Coy Clark is in there. Looks like Ward's still in there with 1:53 to go. So don't expect a whole lot to be done here. We'll see. Ward going to stay in bounds. A flag behind the play. Another hold. So after 1st and 10 from the 49. Another 10-yard penalty. 100 unofficially yards and penalties. 11 penalties for 100 yards unofficially for Pawnee. Clock running, 1:42 to go. Wart is out of the game. Size, I believe, in the backfield. No, it's actually Clark. Our number 16, Caden Anderson. He's going to gain 4. He's got 9 yards on a carry, or 9 yards on the day. Clock running. 1:08 remaining. So at least one more play here. Wart back in. Now take the delay of game penalty. The ball sets. So it's a 25-second play clock, and they knew they couldn't run it out with that one snap. So they just took the 5-yard penalty. But its clock doesn't start after that. They're not going to reset the clock, so that'll do it. It's 28-8. It's going to be the final. As we shake hands at the 50-yard line, hopefully get both coaches to come up and talk to us in a little bit. We'll do some stats for you here in the meantime. I'll tell you that the final is 28-8 as the clock winds out. As we are a final, 28-8 the final. Pawnee defeats South Fork. So we'll start with stats for South Fork. Again, these are all completely unofficial, but they're probably within 10 or 12 yards as a whole. Jared Tracy was the leading rusher, the quarterback for South Fork. He had 10 carries for 32 yards. Ian Dial had 3 carries for 18. Brody Lush, 5 carries for 11. George Bailey, 6 carries for 8. Griff Swinger, 1 carry for 4. Jude Walker, 1 carry for 2. Austin Massey, 2 carries for 19. And Carter Foley, 1 carry for 4. .29 carries on the ground. .98 yards. 29 carries for 98 yards. As the traveling trophy is given to the Indians. They'll go for their huddle up. Get a word from their coaches. I believe that's Bettis getting a ride there from one of the offensive defensive linemen. Bettis had a bunch of cramp issues earlier. He was running with him, but he's given up on that. Tracy finished 4 of 9 for 45 yards on the day passing. Lush was 0 for 1. He went for a 4th down double option pass, or double reverse pass. Lush had 2 catches for 29 yards. Walker had a catch for 4, and Bailey had a catch for 12. And that is the offense for the Ponies. They unofficially had 6 first downs in the game. 8 penalties for 55 yards. Again, all these are unofficial. A little bit more statistics for Pawnee, especially in the form of 23 carries for 153 yards for Carson Wart. There was 2 carries for 9 yards for Caden Anderson. 1 carry for 6 yards for Dakota Coyne. Ethan Fulton had 1 carry for -6 yards. Coy Clark had 4 carries for 10 yards. Lucas Size had 1 carry for 16 yards. Caden Ward had 2 carries for -6. So 33 carries for the team. $33 for 182 for the Indians unofficially. 12 pass attempts for Ward. He was 6 of 12 for 94 yards. No interceptions, no touchdowns. Size had 2 catches for 19 yards. Coyne had 3 catches for 58 yards, or 2 catches, for 58 yards. Wart had 2 catches for 17 yards. Bettis had no catches. He was thrown to 1 time. You coach? Hop on the headset here. It might be a little warm. I apologize in advance. We got Coach Talley up here. Is it Talley or Talley? Talley. Okay, so I said it right?
Yep.
Get you on the headset so everybody can hear you. Well, this was billed to be one of the better games of the weekend, I think, in I8FA, and I think both teams kind of showed that was anticipated by the way this game started. It was heads up and knocking some people in the teeth right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. Over the summer, I got with Coach Hanlon. We did a couple 5-on-5s together, just so I could, dip my feet in the 8-man game and get an idea of, how it's played and, what kind of concepts work. And that's a well-coached team. I mean, they're a returning playoff team. They're probably going to make the playoffs again this year. Tough, physical. If you don't come up and wrap, they have the ability to, make big plays. Our defense stood tall and limited those big plays, and that really, especially in that first half, our offense kept stalling out, and our defense holding them there, really allowed us to get that score late in the first half and then come back out and take a 3-score lead to be in that second half. So, it takes 3 phases to win a football game, and I think we were able to do that.
Yeah, your both teams' defenses in the first half, in all honesty, played really well, especially with South Fork playing again with their backs to the wall the whole first half pretty much.
Yeah. Obviously.
You guys probably felt like you left a lot off the scoreboard there in that first half.
Yeah, that was one thing I talked to the team at halftime. One of the big reasons why it was a close game at half, I felt like, is because we were stopping ourselves on offense. And as the play caller on offense, it's never a good feeling when you leave points off the scoreboard, but I trust Coach Giamorusco, and I trust our defense that, in those close games, they're going to do their job and allow us to, pick it up and do what we need to do when we need to do it.
11 penalties is what I had you guys for 105 yards. Probably want to clean that up a little bit, though.
Yeah, I'd probably bite my tongue on that. Some holding calls that.
Yeah, there was a lot of holding calls both ways. It seemed like anytime there was a big play, either direction, there's some laundry on the field.
Yeah, but you can't have it. You can't have those penalties, especially when you get late in the season and you play teams like this where it is a close game. You can't have 100 yards of penalties because that can lose you a football game. So that's one thing we'll be focusing on this coming week is clean that up.
Yeah, got to talk about Wart, man. That kid is a workhorse for you, isn't he?
Yeah, he was honorable mention All-State last year, I believe, or second team All-State. He's a great kid. As much talent as he has on the field, he's a great leader off the field. He's one of the players that I can lean on or rely. If practice is not going the right way or things need to get cleaned up, I could talk to him and be like, hey, as a senior, as a captain of this team, you got to help me get this cleaned up. And he's done a great job taking on that role along with other guys, other seniors too. Just really the whole senior class, they have done a great job buying into what the coaches and I are trying to do and leading the rest of the team and really establishing a culture that, we want to sustain here for the next few years.
You had some big wins to start the season. This was a pretty good test, and you knew that coming in. You got some things to work on. You've already said that. But you have to feel like you answered the bell pretty well in your first, what everybody thought was going to be your first really big test.
Absolutely. I mean, week one with St. Thomas More, that's a tough week one opponent. They're well coached too. Then we came back home against Blue Ridge, and then week three against South Fork, rival game, playoff team. To get those two tests early in the season definitely allows us to build off for the rest of the season to know that we're battle tested, and the biggest thing really coming out healthy. No real big injuries. We had some guys cramping and whatnot, but no big injuries coming out of those 3 games a third of the way through the season. So that's probably the biggest thing. We're battle tested and relatively healthy.
Yeah, outside of the start of the second week of practice, this is the hottest that you guys have had to practice or play in probably, isn't it?
Yeah, first week was a night game, so it was a little hot start, but cooled down real fast. Second week was, felt more like week 6 or 7 than week 2. But, the kids do a good job. We knew it was going to be hot today, so, I just preached to them, we got to control what we can control, and you can't let the heat or, outside circumstances, be an excuse for why we lose a football game or why we can't do something. So they did a great job not letting it be an excuse and, battling through it in a tough 4-quarter football game.
Bettis had some pretty bad cramps, it looked like, but one of the funniest things I saw, Dad, I think it was Coyne that drug him off the field on the near side there in the fourth. He's like, I want to get out of here. Yeah. So I'm just going to get you off the field. You can worry about the cramps when you get in the sideline.
Yeah. The trainer wasn't too happy about that. He came over to me. He's like, I did not tell him to do that. But
that does not surprise me.
Yeah, that's just, boys looking out for each other.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of that. So, Coach, I appreciate you coming up and talking to us. Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you.
I'm sure if you guys keep playing like this, we'll see you in the postseason.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coach Josh Tolley coming up and talking to us for a few minutes on the post-game show as we are wrapping up a 28-0 win. Sounds like Coach Hanlon is going to come over in a minute or so also. Thank you, sir. Finished going over some stats here. I don't know where I got to. Size had 2 catches for 19 yards. Coyne had 3 catches for 58 yards. Wart had 2 catches for 17 yards. Unofficially 11 first downs for Pawnee, but the big number that they want to correct would be the 105 yards of penalties. Shelley, thank you very much. We were happy to be here. I'm sorry we had a few problems. We'll remember to bring a sunshade next time, as Coach is, I believe, going to find his way over here. It's amazing how much more stuff teams have to carry and how many more things coaches carry off a field today than they did back in the day. When I was in high school, the coaches didn't carry anything. It was all about the players doing it. So looks like Coach Tolley might have interrupted Coach Hanlon on his way up here, so we'll give him a couple minutes. I don't know why, but the back of my legs are hot. They might be. The trip home might not be much fun. That's what I'm afraid of. Coach Hanlon's going to find his way up here now, I think. We'll get him on the headset. It's Coach Zach Hanlon coming up here now. There's no reason to run, Coach. It's too hot for that. That's how it works, isn't it? Post game, you get pulled in all different directions. Put that down in front of your mouth. Coach Hanlon, I know this isn't how you guys wanted it to turn out, but you look at the good and the bad, and your defense, I thought, was huge in the first half. This could have been bad, and your defense kept you guys in the game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, the defense kept us in the game. They had so many chances where our defense just could have folded, and they didn't. So I do appreciate that. All credit in the world to Pawnee. They played a damn good game. Sorry. They're a well-coached team. So props to Coach Talley in his first year. He's doing a great job. And 9 is a dude, man.
Yeah, he is a dude.
Carson Ward is a dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a kid that's got to be in some consideration for All-State, I would imagine, in I8FA. But everybody anticipated this game for this week. As you looked at the schedule for I8FA this week, this is the game that everybody looked at. Top 10 ranked teams that everybody expected to be good for the year. Was it what you expected it to be? I know you wanted a win, but did it kind of play out the way expected minus the score?
We go into every game thinking we have a chance, and we absolutely thought we had a chance today. This is the war on 104. We knew it was going to be a war, and that's exactly what it was. I think at this time we take a look in the mirror, do a little self-reflecting. Myself, I lead that bunch for sure. Our offense has got to be able to put up points we have in the previous weeks, and I shoulder that absolutely.
You guys had some things that seemed to work. You had some good opportunities. The first kickoff, you were in plus territory, and you kind of got a first down, and then it just went stagnant after that. Did they change something, or are you guys just not able to execute the way you felt like you should have been able to?
I both, honestly, a little bit. They were mixing it up a little bit on us, but just execution more than anything. Yeah, we had a couple, mental blunders in the backfield, and like I said, I shoulder that. Those are things that we can definitely fix, and that'll be the plan Monday. Well,
Ward ended up with I had him for 153 yards, but a lot of those came as the game wore down.
Tough yards.
Yes. Early on, both run defenses were as good as you're going to see, I think, in 8-man football on both sides. Yours and theirs just shut down the run nearly completely.
Yeah, and definitely not making excuses at all, but without Carter Elder kind of anchor in our middle there, it was a new look for us. We've had him for the past 3 years, anchor in that middle, and he's only a junior. So, we believe in the next man up, so absolutely no excuses. But I would be curious to see his yards after contact, because it was impressive.
Yeah, that touchdown run at the end of the first half that really, looking back, kind of proved to be a dagger, it felt like, because they come out, like you said, with the ball in the second half. But that touchdown run of 25 yards was a man run, because he got hit at the line of scrimmage, he got hit at the 15-yard line, he got hit at the 5-yard line, had three white jerseys on him, and somehow found his way in. And that's just you're going to tell your kids you got to tackle low on a guy like that, blah, 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 but sometimes they're just going to make things happen, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. Like I said, he's a dude. He'll be a handful for anybody they play, and their O-line play is excellent. I think they get off the ball really well, and they play as a team very well. That's a good football team. That's a good football team. Obviously, we wanted a better showing. I think I told our kids I would not be surprised if we see them again. So.
Well, I think that both you two are probably going to be in the playoffs, and you're probably going to be in a spot where it could be first half of the year or whatever. Depends on where the seeds shake out, the first half of the playoffs. But it's definitely a game that I think you guys have to feel like, even though it was a 28-8 game today, 2 or 3 plays different, and boom, it's a lopsided opposite direction.
Yeah. I mean, we missed on a couple big plays, and and they made the big plays, and that's really kind of what it came down to there. Missed a couple big opportunities, and in a game like this, that's make or break. And scored 28-8 at the end. I don't know if it does the game justice or not. It was a war, but all credit to Pawnee. They handled that game the whole time. They did.
Well, you talk about missing your guy in the middle defensively, and you say, well, it's the next man up and everything. But if you talk to pretty much any 8-man coach and anybody who watches 8-man football, one guy is as or more important in 8-man as it is in 11-man. And if you lose that wrong one, it can completely change everything you do, doesn't it?
100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, there was probably a majority of the time we had 4 freshmen on the field. And, that's a good and a bad thing. Tonight it wasn't, a great thing for us, but it's a great thing for the future.
Right.
So, they stepped up. They did a great job. Those young kids handled themselves very well, and I definitely appreciate their effort.
Well, Coach, I thank you for coming up here and talk to us as we go down through the playoffs. Some of us from our TSSR Game Time Live crew will probably see you down the road, because I'm thinking that you guys will figure out a way to get there in second round, maybe third round, if you can figure it out and get some people healthy.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I appreciate all you guys do. The coverage, it's great.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Hanlon, talking to us for a few minutes there on the post-game show. So that'll do it from Pawnee High School. Final 28-8. The Pawnee Indians down to South Fork Ponies here on the Game of the Week on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Thanks for joining us. We greatly appreciate you tuning in and watching. We'll talk to you down the road. So for Aaron Christian, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again very, very soon.